Hello everyone! Welcome back to Tales and Thrills. Today we re-diving into one of the creepiest and most atmospheric found-footage horror films of the 2010s, Hell House LLC, 2015. This kill count is going to take you straight into the haunted halls of the Abaddon Hotel, where fake scares turn into real terror, and not everyone makes it out alive. Grab your flashlights, keep an eye on the mannequins, and let's break down every terrifying moment, every death, and the haunted legacy that makes Hell House LLC one of the most unforgettable horror experiences ever. Now, before we jump into the body bags, let's set the stage. Hell House LLC came out in 2015, and it quickly cemented itself as a cult favorite in the found footage subgenre. What makes it different from other shaky cam horror movies? Well, instead of a group of random teenagers or paranormal investigators, we're following a group of friends who run a haunted house attraction company. They call themselves Hell House LLC, and their big project for the year is transforming the abandoned Abaddon Hotel in upstate New York into the ultimate Halloween haunted house. The problem is, the Abaddon Hotel already comes with its own horrifying history, and by the end of opening night, dozens are dead, a handful vanish without explanation, and the truth is scarier than anyone expected. The movie is presented in documentary style, with news clips, interviews, and recovered footage, which instantly gives it that true crime, this could actually happen feeling. And that as the hook that makes it work so well. You don't feel like you are watching a movie. You feel like you're watching a documentary about a real tragedy. Let's meet our doomed players. Alex is the leader of the Hell House crew. He's the ambitious mastermind who pushes everyone forward no matter how sketchy the situation gets. Sara is Alex's girlfriend, supportive but increasingly unsettled by the strange things happening around them. Mac is Alex's right-hand man, loyal but skeptical. Tony is the realist, the guy who keeps questioning whether this is even worth it. And then there's Paul, the clown of the group, always joking around but also the one who documents most of the footage. And ironically, he's the first to realize that something truly evil is lurking in the hotel. Together, they're likable and believable, which makes their unraveling all the more tragic. The setting itself, the Abaddon Hotel, is practically its own character. With its peeling wallpaper, crumbling structure, creepy basement, and flickering lights, it's got haunted house written all over it even before they move in. There's a sense that this place was never meant to be walked through again, yet Alex insists it's perfect. One of the standout elements of Hell House LLC is how it uses space. Long hallways that seem to stretch into darkness, tight stairwells that cut off your escape, and of course that basement where things get progressively more disturbing. It's not just a backdrop, it's a trap. Things start subtly. Paul records mannequins shifting positions even when no one's moved them. Doors open on their own, shadows slip by in the background, and the scariest piece of decor? The clown mannequin. This blank-faced clown becomes the centerpiece of terror throughout the movie. Sometimes it's in the basement. Sometimes it's suddenly in the hallway. Sometimes its head is turned when no one touched it. The way the film makes you second-guess whether you're seeing movement or not is brilliant. And this is where the kills begin to creep in. Not with blood, but with paranoia. Paul is the first to truly crack. He starts off as comic relief, but after a series of disturbing encounters, especially with a ghostly woman who appears in his room, he spirals into paranoia. One night, his camera catches the figure of that woman sitting in his room, silently staring. When he pulls the covers back, she's right there in his face. After that, Paul disappears, leaving only his camera behind. This isn't a flashy death, but it's terrifying because it suggests possession or abduction. Did the hotel consume him? Did the cult rumored to haunt the Abaddon Hotel claim him? Either way, Paul is gone. That S kill number 1, or disappearance number 1, and it sets the tone for everything that follows. The rest of the group tries to press on. Alex insists they keep working, ignoring the warning signs. Tony nearly quits multiple times, sensing danger, but Alex pulls him back in. Mac tries to keep the team together, but Sara grows increasingly distraught. Strange sounds echo through the halls at night, and the clown mannequin seems to be wherever the crew least wants it to be. The supernatural force in the hotel isn't trying to scare them away, it's trying to trap them. Opening night arrives, and the Abaddon Hotel is filled with eager guests ready to be scared. What they don't know is that the scares won't be fake. As guests wander through, the basement becomes chaos. Camera footage shows people running, screaming, piling toward exits that are suddenly blocked. Something inhuman is moving in the shadows. The actors panic, the guests panic, and what's supposed to be a controlled haunted house turns into a massacre. We don't get to see every single death in detail, but the sheer confusion, the screams, and the stampede effect paint a horrifying picture. Some guests die from being trampled. Others vanish into the basement, never to be seen again. The kill count skyrockets here, not with gore shown directly on screen, but with the overwhelming suggestion of dozens lost in the chaos. Sara's fate is one of the most chilling reveals. In later documentary footage, she appears calm, detached, almost too calm. When the crew interviewing her follows her back to the hotel, they realize too late that the Sara they're speaking to isn't really Sara anymore. She's either possessed or replaced by whatever evil entity runs the Abaddon. When they're lured inside, it's game over. The hotel doesn't just trap its victims, it recruits them. Sara's death is both literal and spiritual, marking her as one of the hotel's many trophies. As for Alex, his obsession seals his doom. He refuses to leave, convinced the show must go on. This blind ambition leads to everyone else's death. He doesn't just lose his life, he loses his friends, his crew, and ultimately, his soul to the Abaddon Hotel. His death is the price of his arrogance. Tony and Mac meet their ends in the basement chaos, swallowed by the shadows, their last moments filled with panic and regret. The details are murky, but that's what makes it scarier. Sometimes not knowing exactly what happened is more terrifying than seeing it outright. By the time the dust settles, the Abaddon Hotel has claimed dozens of lives. Paul disappears into possession. Sara is consumed and repurposed. Alex dies in denial. Mac and Tony vanish in the chaos, and countless guests never leave. The police arrive too late. The hotel is sealed, but the legend only grows stronger. The documentary framing makes it feel like we're watching forbidden footage, something that was never meant to be seen. And that's what sticks with you. So let's tally it up. Paul disappears, likely dead, likely possessed. Sara dead and taken over. Alex dead, consumed by his obsession. Tony and Mac gone in the basement. Guests, at least a dozen, possibly more. The final count? Hard to pin down exactly, but the number is enough to make the Abaddon Hotel feel cursed forever. This isn't your typical slasher with a neat lineup of kills. This is a massacre wrapped in mystery, and the body count feels infinite. But what makes Hell House LLC truly terrifying isn't just the kills, it's the atmosphere. The Abaddon Hotel is a place where reality itself seems to bend. Mannequins move when no one's looking. Doors close when no one's near them. Shadows crawl just outside the frame. It taps into that primal fear of being watched, of not trusting your own eyes, and the documentary style only amplifies that. By the end, you're left feeling like you've witnessed something real, something cursed, something you shouldn't have watched. The legacy of Hell House LLC is huge for a small found-footage movie. It spawned sequels, expanded the lore of the Abaddon Hotel, and solidified its place as one of the scariest found-footage films of the 2010s. It proved that you don't need a huge budget or CGI monsters to scare people. Sometimes all you need is a creepy clown mannequin, a dark basement, and the suggestion of something evil waiting in the shadows. And that's what makes this kill count so unforgettable. The number might not be as high as a body-heavy slasher, But the weight of each disappearance, each scream, each lost soul makes it feel endless. The Abaddon Hotel doesn't just kill people, it erases them, consumes them, and keeps their spirits trapped forever. So, final thoughts? Hell House LLC isn't just a movie about death. It's a movie about inevitability. Once you step inside the Abaddon Hotel, you don't come out the same, if you come out at all. And that's why this kill count, while small in numbers, feels infinite in terror. And that wraps up this kill count on Hell House LLC 2015. Thanks for watching Tales and Thrills. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you love deep dives into horror's creepiest corners. Drop a comment below with your favorite scare from Hell House LLC. Was it the clown mannequin, the basement, or Sara's haunting reveal? Until next time, keep your flashlights close and your doors locked, because you never know what's waiting in the dark.